Welcome back, everybody. Well, staying strong in the face of adversity is a whole lot easier said than done, right? But for the group of girls you're about to meet, it has been their mantra.
Our colleague Stephen Graddick takes us to the gymnasium for our next story.
Every night of the week in this makeshift gym on the east side of Atlanta, Georgia, 53 young athletes spin, flip, and twirl under the guidance of a coach that has instilled values that go far beyond the mat.
Champion Mindset Gymnastics is one of the only all-black gymnastics facilities in Atlanta, Georgia, and it's also a nonprofit gym. And I always tell my kids it's more than being a champion because everybody can win, but it's the mindset that goes with being a champion.
A mindset that's kept Sequoia and her team undefeated over the past 2 years. But beyond the gold, you never know the real obstacles they've had to overcome to get there.
Right now, like equipment-wise, is one of the biggest things we need, like our uneven bar rails. We have them, they are falling apart. Our mats on beam, if you lift them up, it's foam falling all over the floor. So we need a lot of repair to the equipment that we have now. I don't work anywhere else, I don't do anything else. This takes everything in me to keep it going.
In spite of their setbacks, Sequoia says their success has also made them a target of prejudice.
We're not the only team that wins, but because they're an all-black team that wins, it's creating kind of this storm that we don't really want to be a part of. It's really a lot of unfair treatment for the kids.
Searching for solutions, Sequoia wrote a letter to Jermaine Horton, CEO and founder of the Art of Confidence Project, a nonprofit aimed to help empower children of color and restoring their confidence using artistry and imagery.
I was literally reading the email in tears because I was like, hey, I need you to give me a statement, tell me about what's going on. And I was expecting like a few words or a paragraph. She had an Aaliyah 4-page letter, and I was like, Coach, whatever it takes, whatever I need to do, I will be down there to do whatever I can to lend my resources to help you and these amazing girls at this gym.
So he hopped on a plane from Chicago to feature the gymnasts in a series Jermaine says is centered around regaining power.
We have two major parts of our series. We have one is the empowerment, and then one is the release. The release is where we have them look into the camera and we just let them scream. They just let all of it out. And then we do holding of the fist for them to regain their power back. So whatever they felt was stripped away from them, they regain that power back and they display it for the camera and display it for the world.
For the parents watching from the sidelines, they say they've witnessed a remarkable shift since joining the team.
She was doing handstands on the wall, and so we would go to our brother's football games, and one of the parents say, you should put her in gymnastics. And they suggested a place for me to take her, and our journey began there.
A journey that would soon make her daughter a national champion in 2019.
I like the feeling of winning and being able to do the sport that I love.
I want people to know that just because they win doesn't mean it's easy. I mean, we're going against these gyms that are in these multi-million-dollar facilities that have, more equipment that I could count on one hand. And these girls work really hard because we have limited access to things.
Their determination captured in a series of images for the world to see and hopefully inspire others.
I just wanted to give back and let children see what they look like through my lens. And when the parents and the children actually see the actual photo, it's like, whoa, wow, that's me. Imagine if they had the best of the best. Even if it's not new equipment, if it's just the repairs done, where and how much further can this group go?
I'm Stephen Graddick, Scripps News.
Ooh, there is a whole lot to celebrate there. If you're interested in helping Sequoia and the team at Champion Mindset Gymnastics, head to our Facebook page to get a little more info about everything there. That's facebook.com/Upside News. Check it out. There's a lot to react to in that and to feel good about.
Go ahead, please.
To me, what's striking is that they may not have the same equipment. They're not in the same fancy facility. I think the crew that shot that piece said the lights went out as they were there shooting, right?
Yes.
So that tells you the condition of things, but they're still winning. Because you don't have to have the fanciest thing or the biggest thing or the most expensive thing. You have the will to win. So they're still winning despite all that. That's what I love.
That's so like Rocky, like what you're saying,
Yes.
like the Rocky movies,
Yeah.
the will to win. You know, I mean, the gym that Rocky Balboa trained in, right? You know, is nothing fancy, but it was
That's
just
right.
that determination, that sheer will to win and to achieve that these beautiful young girls have. Yeah, it breaks your heart, you know, because the first thing I'm thinking like was, is this dangerous? You know, if the uneven bars
Right.
aren't secure, or if the mat doesn't have enough padding underneath it, you know, they need to be safe in order, you know, to carry out these dreams and goals. And that coach, I mean, oh my gosh, God bless her, that Coach Sequoia took out $50,000 in personal loans just to help the team out.
Think about that. If that doesn't tell you about her level of commitment and investment, I don't know what will.
Right.
She's remarkable and an example to those young girls. And on
Yes.
top of that, I love that what the photog said. They do the one picture of the release and then one picture of kind of reclaiming the power. Kind of he shoots them on both sides of that spectrum.
Right.
And how empowered that must be for them.
Oh,
to
my
then see
gosh.
that photo. How
Right.
empowering, you know?
Oh, yeah. And if you were like me and wanted to hear more from that photographer, guess what? We're going to deliver here on The Upside after the break. Photographer Jermaine Horton is going to be with us. Stay with us here on The Upside.